If you're a SaaS founder or B2B marketer, then you've poured countless hours into building an amazing product. But if you're trying to create a demo video that actually converts, then you've probably felt that frustration of seeing viewers drop off and leads dry up. After creating product videos for over 100 global SaaS brands, I've seen firsthand what converts and what doesn't. And I can tell you that most demo videos fail because they are too long, they're too confusing, and frankly, they just focus on all the wrong things for their audience. Now, there are some brands who are doing it extremely well, and my experience in that has led to higher engagement, better audience trust, and ultimately more sales for the companies that we work with. So in the next few minutes, what you'll learn is a simple 4-part framework that I use to create focused, high-impact demo videos that educate your audience and drive real conversions. What I'll do is I'll cover the 3 biggest mistakes that cause viewers to leave, and I'll show you how to shift from selling features to selling valuable outcomes. So by the end of this video, you'll have a very practical, very repeatable playbook to turn passive viewers into engaged prospects who are genuinely excited to take the next step with your product. Now, before we build the new model, let's break down why most SaaS demos just don't work. And trust me, I've made all 3 of these mistakes myself when I was just starting to construct these demo videos, so there's no judgment here. It really comes down to 3 common conversion killing blunders. So the first and most common mistake is what I call the feature dump video. And you've seen these before. It's a very long video where a presenter, or sometimes it's a Loom video or a voiceover, they narrate and go through every single button and toggle in the software. Now, the intention comes from a very good place. You're extremely proud of your product and you want to show off how powerful it is, especially for your audience. But the real result is that you overwhelm your viewer and you actually bury the actual value. And instead of creating clarity, you end up creating confusion. The viewers actually don't need to know everything about your product. They don't need to know everything that it does and every feature. Instead, they just need to see how you solve their biggest problem. The second mistake is the one-size-fits-none approach. And I see this a lot with teams that are trying to create one single video for every possible customer. It's for the marketing manager or the CEO or the head of sales, but the problem is that when you try to talk to everyone, you end up connecting with no one. And each of those people has different pain points. They have a different definition of value. So an effective video, especially a demo video, it has to answer one specific question for one specific person. And the third critical mistake is the soulless screen recording. This is just a screen capture with a robotic voiceover and no human presence. Now, this style feels passive, it feels impersonal. The truth is, people connect with people, and without a human guide to build connection and trust, then viewers check out. And the results there are in the stats. A demo video without a human element feels like a dense technical manual instead of an expert walking someone through who can actually help solve their problem. Now, these 3 mistakes are why so many videos have viewers clicking away in seconds. What they do is they don't respect the viewer's time, they don't speak directly to their needs, and they fail to build a real human connection. Section 2, the core shift from features to value. So the core shift, how do we actually fix this? The solution starts with a crucial mindset shift. You have to stop selling features and start selling outcomes. Nobody buys software because it has cool features or a unique UI, UX. They buy it to solve a very painful problem, to reach an ambitious goal, or to eliminate a deep frustration. Now, a feature is what your product does. An outcome is what your product does for them. And this is where the 80-20 rule of SaaS demos comes in. Your mission is to identify the 20% of your product's features that deliver 80% of the value for one specific customer. Your demo video must be relentlessly focused on just that 20%. So forget the obscure settings and the very niche integrations that only power users will touch. Your job is to get the viewer to their aha moment as quickly as possible. And that's the moment that they see your product in action and think, wow, this is awesome. That would really make my life so much easier. Now, here's a real world example. A feature is Our platform has an AI-powered content scheduler, but instead you frame it as an outcome. So stop manually posting on weekends. Our AI scheduler finds the best time to post your content so that you can drive engagement 24/7 while you are offline. All right, you see the difference? It's pretty good. One is a technical fact and the other is a solution to a real frustrating problem. So every feature that you show has to be framed this way. Always connect the what, the feature, to the so what, right? It's the benefit for them. So show a day in the life of your user and how your product takes them from a frustrating before state to a satisfying after state. And this shift from a feature list to a value story is the single most important change that you can make for your SaaS. All right, guys, quick one. If you are finding this framework valuable so far, then please do me a quick favor and hit that like button. It's a small click for you, but it sends a huge signal to the YouTube algorithm to share this video with more people who actually need it. So thanks very much for that. Now let's get back into the step-by-step process. Now let's get practical. Here is the exact 4-part framework that we use to structure and record a SaaS demo video that actually converts. So part 1 is define your one. So before you even think about hitting record, you have to answer 2 questions. Number 1, who is the one audience for this video? And number 2, what is the one problem you are solving for them? Now be hyper specific here. Instead of just saying marketers, try to narrow it down further to B2B content marketers at mid-sized tech companies. It's very specific. And also, instead of improving productivity, focus on eliminating the bottleneck of creative approvals. Now, I can't stress this enough. Once you have that clarity, every other decision becomes radically simpler. In part 2, the 90-second story arc. So your demo video shouldn't be a full manual. What it should be, though, is a short, compelling story. The ideal length is between 60 and 120 seconds. I know some of you might be thinking, whoa, that is super short, but it's actually just enough time to tell this story without losing your viewer's attention. And that attention part is super specific now because it's getting shorter and shorter. So we've broken it down for you just to get it very clear. Start with the problem hook. You don't start with your logo. You don't start by showing your features or anything like that. You start by showing their pain. A messy spreadsheet, a chaotic inbox, something that makes your target viewer immediately say, whoa, that is me. Next, you go on to the solution intro. Briefly introduce your product as the hero specifically designed to solve that exact pain that you mentioned. And next is the workflow demo. And this is your core. Walk the viewer for just 2 to 3 key steps that solve that problem. Just 2 to 3, no more. And show a logical journey, right? Step 1, step 2, step 3, and so on. And demonstrate just how simple it is to get the outcome that they desire. And last but not least, and this is one that most people tend to forget, but it's the benefit recap. You need to end by summarizing the outcome. Reiterate the value back to them. The time saved, the money earned, the sales, the frustration eliminated. Whatever that is, it's very important to reaffirm that they are in the right place to solve that one problem. And part 3, show, don't just tell. Now, we're moving on to visuals because visuals matter and quality actually builds trust. But what you don't need, and this tends to happen a lot when it comes to building demo videos, is, especially in the SaaS world, is you don't need a Hollywood budget. Some people think that you need tons of animation and it needs to be on brand and high quality motion graphics, and they do look incredible. There's such an easier way to do that most people overlook, and that's just to use a human presenter. And full disclosure here, we're a bit biased on this next part because obviously here at my company at VideoRep, we create human-centric videos. That's our bread and butter. But there's a good reason for it. It's because the data actually backs this up. Our brains in psychology are hardwired to respond to faces. And studies show that websites featuring human faces and video content having real people see a conversion rate increase of 38%. So putting a real person on screen, even if it's just a small Loom bubble in the corner, it actually makes your demo a guided tour from a helpful expert and not a soulless screen recording that just kind of happens to, glance over some features. Now, there are really great tools like Loom, or another really high quality one is Tela, that you can use to very easily edit, and you can guide their eyes. You can use zooms and call outs and layouts that really kind of direct the viewer's attention exactly where you want it. So what you want to do is don't make them hunt for the right button on the cluttered screen. Now, audio is actually extremely important. Crisp audio is a non-negotiable. A fuzzy, low-quality voiceover instantly damages your credibility and signals a lack of professionalism. So invest in a decent microphone if you are the one who's doing it, and speak clearly, because poor audio will get you tuned out faster than anything else. Part 4, the crystal clear call to action. This is where so many otherwise good demos fail, because they give us an awesome presentation. It's super concise. It speaks to one pain point, and then it just ends. Now, your demo must conclude with a single, clear, and compelling call to action. Tell the viewer exactly what you want them to do. Start your 14-day free trial by clicking here. Book a personalized call. Whatever it is, just make it obvious and make it frictionless. And you can actually use an on-screen button or a clear verbal command. A great demo without a CTA is a wasted opportunity. Section 4, the next level modular and interactive demos. Now, once you've mastered the 90-second demo video, and again, you can make a handful of them if they have different pain points and different features, but once you've done that, you can actually get into more sophisticated strategies that top-tier SaaS companies use. Now, the first is creating modular demos. So instead of that one giant video that we mentioned, think of your demos as a library of short, reusable clips. Now, I call this the Lego block approach. I thought it was pretty funny, but you can create one 60-second video for each core feature or pain point, and then assemble different versions of your main demo for different personas. Now, these clips are perfect for social media, targeted ads, and even sales and newsletter emails. And the best part is that when your product updates, you only have to re-record one small module and not the entire video. Now, as a bonus, the second next level strategy is the interactive demo video. And this is extremely popular. It's one of my personal favorites. Instead of a passive video, the one long form, you use your library of demo videos and HTML captures to create a clickable, self-guided tour of your product. So viewers can click through the workflow at their own pace, exploring what matters most to them. So this sort of like choose your own adventure style leads to much higher engagement and better qualified leads, because the prospect is actively participating, not just watching. And one thing to mention on that is that you're collecting the data of what they're clicking as well. So you're actually getting insight as to what your audience tends to really care about the most as soon as they visit your website or visit this video in particular. And for me, that's really important from a data perspective. And the conclusion. So the days of the 20-minute feature dump demo video are over. To win retention and to drive conversions today, you have to be clear, concise, and relentlessly focused on giving your audience value. So here's your action plan. Stop trying to show everything that your product can do. Instead, start with just one video for one audience. Follow the framework, hook them with the problem, tell a 90-second story, guide them with a human touch, and end with a crystal clear call to action. If you do this, you will finally have a SaaS demo video that actually converts. So to help you get started, I've put together a high converting demo checklist that also includes some really great examples, some videos that you can check out of brands that are doing this really well. And if you want me to send that to you, just comment down below with the word checklist. And what I can do is I will send you the link. And remember, the goal isn't for perfection in these demo videos. It's all about connections. Thanks very much for watching, and we will see you next time.